last one is a question. Question number 3. How can I become more self-confident? Okay, I want to add some information about that because there are people, they have been given self-confidence when they have been born, or they got like very healthy patterns or whatever, that they have learned it in their household to create like a really healthy self-confidence. And yes, of course, you can also have like an overdose of self-confidence, but this, I would not even say. Self-confidence is for me a very healthy state and has nothing to do with being toxic, right? So self-confidence doesn't have to be in an arrogant way. Yeah, a true self-confident is like a person who is true to himself, right? And therefore he knows himself, right? So this has nothing to do with the self-confidence with a mask to control people, to manipulate people, to abuse people. This has nothing to do with a healthy self-confidence. Very important, okay? Because why I'm saying that we need to learn this difference, because most of the people who are very empathic or very reflective, very sensitive, they have like very nice skills in being empathic, reflective, etc. But it's actually that they haven't been given a lot of self-confidence. They struggle with that, right? But it's also a path to empower themselves, right? But mostly it's just not in the package for sensitive people to be very self-confident. It's just not included when you have been born, okay? So, but what to say? So first of all, clarify the difference, because most people think that they look at, just think of someone who's very self-confident. Just think about it. When you got someone, ask yourself, like, is it really a person with self-confidence? Who doesn't have the need to manipulate, doesn't have the need to cover his shadows or hiding things? Because if you're still hiding things, you're not confident to own yourself, right? Different story, not for all, but I'm just generally speaking to see these human patterns, okay? So where I was, the person you think of, do they, in some situation, they start to manipulate? It's also not self-confident, behind the scenes. Also, if you have someone who has like a perfect life, just to have this mask shown, like, look at me, my life is perfect, I do have everything, like it's also like a protective mechanism to not show people how they truly are, right? So it's very important that you understand that some self-confidence is not what you have been told, and it's on you to clarify. It's on you to see which pattern are they showing this, but actually they feel like this, or they control. This is not a strong person. It's actually like a very weak person, right? So we live in a world where, like, to be honest, like everything is like just upside down. People think self-confident people are this and that, and status, have this money, have this. No, this is all what you have been told, right? A self-confident person knows himself. And not only that, he knows himself and he accepts. He accepts all the parts. And I never say you have to be in a perfect state. Yeah, it's not about being in a perfect state, but it's about like being honest again. Being honest, like I'm standing there. This is my issue. This is what I'm working with. How you feeling today? I feel a bit overwhelmed by this crazy world today. And that's okay. Yeah, my mind is just driving me crazy. Yeah, say it, right? Why you don't say it? Because we are so used that all these states of well-being, actually, we're not allowed to say, right? And this is like how our society is now created, right? Not sharing how you truly feel, because the other person can think like that. And again, we go to question one. You are again with how people actually think about themselves instead of pointing your fingers back. Okay. Self-confidence. I think I have mentioned all the points. So we'll just put it together again. Make sure you know the difference. Unhealthy self-confident person and a really healthy self-confident person. I don't know many, just to say. And then also to get in touch with yourself, of who you are, and own it. Own who you are. And that's also a journey, you know, like we discover, oh no, this one, I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to be like that. Like, why? You have been created that way. And there's nothing ever wrong. Never. It was told to be wrong. And that's the difference. Can you see that? Okay. So there's nothing wrong at its essence. Right? Even my unwashed hair and my not with makeup filled face, right? It's like it is. The thing is, when society or people around you have been telling you that for ages, and that's the difference, right? They told me it's not truth. Okay, that's the work to do, guys. Okay, I think I will keep these 3 questions like this. I hope it helps. I hope it helps for some people out there. I feel like let's keep it that way. I think they're very nice questions and nice self-reflection work. And I hope you can even watch it again and write down what's for you and leave the rest. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so have a beautiful day wherever you are on this planet, and I'm going to wash my hair now. See you when I see you.